Good afternoon, principal and teachers. Welcome to our Zoom webinar. My name is Alvin, and I will be your host for today's sections. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Today's event is organized by elearn.com Limited, and I want to extend a warm thank you to everyone for taking time to attend. Later, we will be joined by our guest speaker, Dr. Koo. Our topic today is the application of multimodal and AI in preschool English languages education. Now, allow me to provide some background information about Dr. Koo. He is the founder of Mels and has been working in the education field for more than 25 years. He currently teaches a master degrees course, Multimedia in Education, at the University of Hong Kong. If you have any questions during the section, please feel free to type them in the Q&A chat box. Now, may I welcome Dr. Koo? Dr. Koo, you're here.
Hello, Alvin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Dr. Koo, before our webinar started, we received several questions from various kindergarten who are very interested in your topic. We are so happy that you are here. And first of all, we often hear about AI as a tool for personalized learning. However, early childhood education is deeply rooted in holistic development, social, emotional, and physical. What emerging AI capability do you see gradually, but fundamentally transforming the landscape of early childhood education?
Okay. Can you hear me, Alvin?
Yes,
Okay, let me
very
share
clear.
my slide. So this is a very interesting topic. So let me share my slide. Okay, here we are. Can you read my slide now? Can you
We
see?
can see.
Okay. So your question was asking the why AI is important in early child education, and especially when when we when when we focus on early child education. Normally we are talking about the social interaction and building children's characters, and most probably try to get our children to equip with some basic language skill. And how could AI help, especially in English language learning? So this is a very important question. And I have been traveling with some of our colleagues, Alvin, for the past many years, 20 over years in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, particularly in this region, and especially in the southern part of Malaysia and Singapore. In fact, most of the children, in fact, most of the kindergarten, in fact, they like what my slides here states. Education, in fact, are shifting, are shifting. We are no longer focusing on learning the language. Previously, in fact, language is important, and we focus mainly in language learning, like get children to learn words and how to read and how to write, And in AI era nowadays, or in a technological very driven world today, in fact, language is used as a tool for thinking, creating, and connecting in a globalized world. Let me give you some examples. And I believe most of our practices, in fact, take place so naturally every day. Until the moment, in fact, we could hardly recognize what we are doing. Like, for example, ChatGPT. So most of us, even small kids now, like we use AI tools very often nowadays. We ask question, so we try to correct what we wrote in by using AI, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and so on. And this is how we use language nowadays. So you need to put in the right prompt, the right prompt. If the prompt that you are writing is not good enough, the AI tools couldn't help you. So let me give you another example. Like this is a software that I use very often with our colleagues. So conventionally, we create pictures, we create animation, we create schoolwork. Like some of the students, some of the children, even at the university level, where they create a project. And it's very difficult for us to express ourselves freely by creating animation, and voice and come together with pictures. And it is so important nowadays. So you are not simply just type and write something. You need to create some multimodal text, like maybe the meaning come with pictures, animation. And some of the tools like Polo AI is one of them that I'm using very often. You need to put in the right prompt. The language is still very important, and how good you are in using the language is getting prominently important nowadays. If you are not good in language, so most probably you are going to be left behind. And I have another example, like lately, in fact, in some hospital, even when you queue to get the numbers, and you need to speak to the apps. And to some extent, the digital nurse assistant, so-called the digital nurse assistant, will help you knowing the symptom of your illness. Then they will put you in the right queue, in the right queue. So you just imagine, in fact, how could we neglect, or how could we, just keep teaching our young children nowadays by getting them to know some words, how to read, how to write. So AI is very important. It's very important. And the important in early childhood education, it can transform our learning habit, and it is a mechanism as well. Let me give you one example how AI could possibly use in early childhood education, and we have to start it early. Like for example, previously we teach children, but of course, this is still the main model used by many kindergarten nowadays. I would say majority of them. So they still believe, when you teach children and teacher-centered, so the teacher will teach, and some children, in fact, they might understand or they might not. In fact, it is not known by the teachers. It is not known by the teachers. But can you try to look into, of course, this teaching method is still very important. The human interaction is still play a very important role, especially for our young kids. But can we allocate some time, maybe 10% of our learning session, 10% or maybe 20% of learning session? So can we transform some sort like the teachers can use some tools. I will show you some tools later on. And let the children speak to the machine. Let the children drag. Let the children listen and respond to some simple games. And the teachers can observe. And these kind of activities, in fact, we try to democratize the learning. Democratize in the sense that, in fact, we are upgrading, we are improving the efficiency of teachings. Now, we could sort of, AI can help us to monitor the children, not software, but a software with AI tools. Like, for example, when you speak to the machine, individually, because we have different abilities, and we have different path of learning. Some children will learn fast, but not all, But if you have an AI tools to be integrated into the software very properly, as simple as some sentence that we read. Sometimes, like I myself, I do have a language problem as well. So, and when we speak, sometimes we do carry our mother language tone, or maybe the way how we speak. And sometimes the words we use might not be very proper. But can we use this kind of tools to help to guide children to speak in a more proper and simple way? And the teachers can then analyze. So the role of the teachers can be upgraded, and the whole learning environment can be further and enhanced. So the teachers maybe the role can help the children, and it can inform the teachers. It can inform the authority of the school. And the school, in fact, is if you try to incorporate gradually, progressively, in fact, AI can help you to monitor your children progression individually. And we know very well children now beyond school, they are very well versed to handle all those kind of tablets, computers. Okay, so my first idea, in fact, is we could possibly start maybe you just need the initiative to start and try to get some AI tools and let children to start by responding to some speaking skill, which, as I said, which I will show you how the tools work shortly. And the teachers can analyze, and we can get to know our student learning progression better. So in short, AI will help teacher partially to monitor your children and give you the feedback to see whether they can speak, they can pronounce words accurately, they can speak a very simple sentence correctly. So in a very individualized way, the teachers or maybe the school can get to know some result, then they know what to do next. So Erwin, this is my first answer.
Great. Thank you for that insight. And Dr. Good, as you're an expert whose pioneer work in multimodal text, and your doctoral degree thesis also focused on this area over 13 years ago. Since then, you have been designing courses and teaching at the master degrees level at the University of Hong Kong, first in multimedia in education since 2013, and more recently in AI in education for the past 4 years. Could you explain to us what multimodal texts are and why they are so important in early childhood language learning?
Okay, so multimodal text simply means symbolic text like A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, or Chinese words. We use symbol to express our meaning. Multimodal text means we can focus the meaning that we would like to express in terms of images, or in a combination of images and text or written text, and maybe some video animation, or maybe some gestural action, gestural message. Maybe you laugh, you smile, emoji, and maybe some hands-on activities. And I would like to stress a point that multimodal doesn't mean that you have to use computers or digital. It can be as simple as maybe use some paper for children to play, some toys. Multimodal simply means try to integrate this in a more ways with some other mode. And this is our life nowadays. Previously, we watch news or we read news with only words and pictures. Now, in fact, we read news most probably with some real videos. So this become very straightforward. The message very, very straightforward and very clear. Very clear, and the message that we are sending is go beyond simple text. And it happens to everywhere, even the advertisement, even the notice that we come across on the shopping mall, everywhere, in fact. But are we start with multimodal for our young children? And multimodal, in fact, do you know, in fact, 90% of children's brain develop before 5 years old. Means our brain, the full size of your brain, 90% of the size of your brain been well developed when you reach age 5. In other words, and this is the synapses of the brain. Means the pictures they scan how our brain wired. So can you see the pictures here? In fact, when you reach 4 years old, compared to an adult, so the brain is wired very properly at the age of 4 to 5. So since then, multimodal in fact means when we teach young children with words, come with sound, voices that complement well with the message that you want to send over, or you want to tell the children. For example, children, let us run. So run is the words. Maybe you just show them the pictures. Can we show them maybe with an animated pictures? Run, real running. Can we send them with some contextual clues? Why he runs? Most probably behind the boy is a big tiger coming after him. And where he run, how he run. So beside running, so we need this kind of multimodal environment to stimulate our brain, and the children is proven more is cleverer, is smarter, in other words. Secondly, in fact, we are able to cater for diverse learning style because each of us, we learn in a very different way. Education now is not a matter of what you teach, but it is a matter of how could you make your children smarter by or within a very short period of time. So if you try to instill a lot of multimodal factors, it will be easier for your teachers to teach. In other words, because they need the facilities, they need the tools, and the children, according to the research, is proven very much smarter. So if they are in this kind of environment, but of course, some kindergarten, they're going to challenge the facts that, in fact, no, I need the children to, to learn in the real, authentic environment. Yes. Are you telling me you are taking the children to the beach, to the seaside, to the hill, to the snow, and to the bus station, railway station, inside the plane? It's impossible for us to bring the children to the authentic. That is the best, in other words, but in fact, it's almost impossible. So, of course, on and off, sometimes we have these kind of activities, but it is not enough. But if we can try to build our system, our learning environment, with multimodal ways of learning, and children can be learned in a better way, easier for teachers, and the children can be very much smarter. So, Alvin, this is my second answer, and together with some elaborative examples.
Thank you, Dr. Koo. You let us more understand about multimodal text. And Dr. Koo, you have just touched upon multimodal text and some AI tools in preschool education. For educator watching, the big question is how. Could you show us some practical and concrete examples of how a teacher can implement these powerful elements into their daily lesson plans or by using Mels teaching materials?
Okay, so let me try to share another screen. So in fact, it's very simple. You just go to the website, Mels. So let me share the website, Alvin. Let me share the website. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay, here we are. And can you see the website now?
Yes, we can see it.
So can you help to type the website so that in fact the audience can so the web
Okay.
is very simple is www mails www mails. So maybe let me share a slide just to write the website. Give me a second and let me type the website. Sometime I will
I have written it in the
yes, yeah, thank you very
message
much.
box.
Sure. So
Yeah,
let me
you
rewrite.
can
So
take a look.
www.mels.hk or my. So so let me share the website just to let the audience can follow to our webinar page. So you can also use your mobile phone at this time, and maybe you can type and you can follow as I'm saying something. Most probably you can try to see whether you can go to the same website. Then, as I mentioned, the content, you can do it at the same time. Okay, so let me share the website again. Excuse me. So make it arrange. Okay, here we are. So just go to the website, www full stop mels.hk. And of course, if you want, you can type HTTPS in front. Otherwise, you just type www. Www is a must. And we try to link to some a lot of AI tools hosted by our own server. So most probably, when you type some pages, it might not always remain at the same website because it switch in between some other website as well. Because as I mentioned, so you are navigating some tools that we develop our own. So okay, now let me share the website. And remember, in fact, the website that you are seeing on my computers now, it might not be www.mails.hk. As I mentioned, most probably it is because you are we are diverting it to some AI tools which we need to safe keep the software and maybe some of the student information we keep in the website very securely by using our own server. We have our own server to safekeep this. Okay, so before I start, Alvin, can you see the picture of a boy in front of the screen? Okay,
Yes,
so
you're showing.
yeah, thank you very much. And let me repeat this part. I think I I show you from some teaching pedagogy. I think teaching pedagogy come the most as we are all in early child education today. So it's good for us to focus solely on education as a professionals. So we know very well, learning through all senses or the multimodal approach of teaching is very important. Some are kinesthetic method. Some children they learn well when they do something. When they do something, when they perform something, then they learn. Some are visual. Visual means they read. Some are auditory method. Some they just listen. Then they can learn very well. But of course, they are not solely listening. So they might listen at the same time they see something. But in fact, some because of our learning style, each of us we do have our own different learning style, but we do need to cater for all sort of learning style when we design some some learning material. So kindergarten, normally when you teach or when you guide, when you play with your children in the classroom, but of course the ultimate aim is to get them to learn. And another part, the pedagogical model is very important when we teach. You might have the best tool in the world. You might have the best teacher in the world. But if the method that you are carrying out is not appropriate, sometimes the children simply cannot learn. Okay, so to get the children learn, the pedagogy model, I do, we do, you do. I do means the teachers must always start by introducing the knowledge. You can speak to them, sit down, hold a book, sit down, bring some toys, talk to the student, and communicate with them. So the introduction part is very important. At the same time, introduction can be done in multimodal way. Multimodal way means you use some real toys, real objects, or maybe some animation, some videos, some interactive games, maybe some toys you design, you play with the children, but you need to explain to them. So the first part is I, as a teacher, I do. I do. I do means the teachers will do. I do. Now go to the second part. and the sequence, in fact, is very important. Introduce first, then interactive and participative activities. Then the second part, in fact, is you do, we do. You do, I do the first step, then we do the second step. We do means once the children, they follow to your stories. Some they do, some they don't, but it's totally fine. Let us proceed to the second phase. The second phase is we do design some activities for the whole group of children can play together. And this is why parents they send the children to the kindergarten, because they want the collaborative learning. They want the children to socialize and learn by social activities. And this is the most important part of learning, especially at early child education, because children learn well when they learn to communicate and they are a part of social activities, then they learn. So design the activities with the knowledge in place. Like for example, today I want to introduce a set of maybe 5 vocab words according to the theme, maybe kitchen. So what we have in the kitchen, I would like the children to know how to use the words and how to spell the words, and most probably how to apply the words in real life. And most probably we can try sort of design some classroom activities by using some simple flashcard and maybe some simple games with some toys, and maybe you use some simple tablet computers. You design some activities for them to go around the classroom to look for some pictures. Then the most important part, you do. Last step. Last step, you must get children to tie up with some individualized activities. It can be as simple as putting some toys for the children, to repeat, or maybe provide them with a tablet for them to see whether they are properly acquired the knowledge, because some they do, some they don't. Education, in fact, is something, especially in early child education, is something very different from other field. Because when you are in adult, business or in adult education, your student know how to provide you with the feedback, but not the children. Maybe your student will complain if they don't learn, but not the children. So we go back to, we as teachers, we have to have that kind of, feeling. We need to care about our student. We need to care about our children. If you don't do it, they simply wouldn't know and they wouldn't ask you what to do. And unless you have very genuine interest in early child education, otherwise, in fact, you wouldn't really pay attention to these small details. And as a preschool educator, I think this is something which you need to have as a teachers. So we need to feel, we need to care, we need to understand how much of how many of our students learn, and that is the whole picture about the teacher's role, and what you spend, maybe the whole day and the whole session. If the children they cannot learn at all, and what's the point? So the children, maybe they just use some simple tools to write, to paste stickers, or maybe to play toys, then collect them. Of course, teachers need to spend a lot of time to analyze. That's why AI sometimes play an important role. They help you to save a lot of time so they can pay more attention to some other aspect, which I will show you later. Okay, so now let me show you with the first tool, Alvin. This is one of how AI help. So I'm going to play the videos. Alvin, can you give me the initial response to see whether you can listen to the voice on my computer?
Okay.
Can you?
Sorry, I don't think I can hear the sound.
Are you ready to take a look at the question?
The voice?
Let's see what we got.
Yes, we can
How
hear
does the
now.
man know when it's safe to cross the road?
How about the sound of the computers?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, so let me start to explain how AI helps. Okay, let me start.
Are you ready to take a look at the question?
So let me start and start all over again. So listen, how AI play roles in getting children to learn. So let me show you. I hope it works. And this is very simple. You just go to the website Mels, then just click AI powered. So we have very limited parts here, which later on when I sign in with my account, then I will show you more. So you just start. So this man is about to cross the road. So when the light turned green,
Are you ready to take a look at the question?
then the
Let's
animated
see what we
pictures were asked.
How does the man know when it's safe to cross the road?
So how does the man know when it's safe to cross the road? So how? So most probably, I'm going to speak to the computers now. I'm going to speak to the computers now. So you press the green button. When the light turn green and the sound is getting faster and recording. So the system, in fact, will analyze the response, the voice response of the child.
Excellent. You got it right.
And this is AI.
Congratulations.
Why? You can speak, in a not proper way. The green light, the sound disappear. And yet the computer can still understand. Because AI tools now can be integrated into educational items. No matter how you speak, how you say it, the computer will write it down. Then they will analyze. Then they will write you the comment. And if you sign in with the proper system here, sometimes you can set yourself. You can press the button and let the computer correct your grammatical mistakes. Like for example, the child might say in a not proper way, and the system in fact will help the children. Can you say it again? Can you repeat? Then it is very different from the way how we use a normal software, because AI now they can detect, they can understand how you say it, and they can know who you are. Like for example, the child A and the child B, the child C, they can understand who you are. And then the most important part, in fact, is let's go back to the if let's say we build the environment of AI, and most probably we can start with the holistic approach to children learning. Why? Because children sometimes when they go back, they want to show the parents, and we want the parents to involve themselves. So can we, what the children learn in the classroom, we can always let the parents join the children to learn, to read. And how could your teachers send the message to your parent every now and then? But AI can help us to manage everything. They can help you to gather what you teach. They can help you to gather the children's understanding, and they can set it properly. But of course, some parents, they are free at certain time, but for sure, not all the time. So let's say now, maybe after 3 months, maybe one of the day, the parents, they want to, hey, boy, let us read what you learn in your kindergartens together. So can we read? So the parent might want to know what are you teaching in the kindergarten at this moment? So which they have, the child can do it very properly. So these are the arrangement, the management system where we can hand it over to AI. The AI will help you to manage. So with this kind of AI management tools and with this kind of AI abilities, I think the kindergarten, the parents, and the overall learning environment can further motivate children to learn more. So, Alvin, this is some of the part which I introduced shortly, how AIs help.
Thank you. And Dr. Koo, you have any further information can share with us?
Yes. So this is going to be the remaining of how the sessions continue. So I'm going to show you from the Mels learning material perspective. So the same as you go to the website mels.hk, so you can click flipbook, because children's learning need to be very tangible. You cannot simply put everything on a digital form because they couldn't see it. What you teach today, if they can see something which arranged in proper sequence, like for example, maybe today I'm teaching A to E. So when you teach A to E, so most probably the children when they start to learn A to E, then what they learn. Alvin, can you see the page here, Apple?
Yes.
Okay, so most probably we start by getting to know A, then apple, then A for ants, then as simple as how to say. We use the word say, the sound of A, the phonetic sound. A is A, and so these are the arrangement where the children can learn, and the most important part is if you can provide children. If you can provide parents with the right tools, for example, if you can go to the teaching part and if you can go to the, let's say A, for example, A, so most probably I would like to introduce capital letter and small letters. So most probably I can sing children a song, big A and small A. Can you listen to the music of it?
And small.
Can you?
Yeah.
So big A and small A.
B and small B having so much fun. Big C and small C dancing in the rain. Big B and small B singing loud again.
I'm going to stop here. So now the point is, when we teach children, sometimes the teaching is not so direct. The children simply need to play, to sing, to do something with the knowledge. Like for example, big A and small A. So can we sing a song? Then can we have maybe simple dance? Then the second part, can we show the children, A with the relevant words or the words that come after A? So let's build a word.
Let's stay clear and proud. Let's see what we have found.
A R-R-O-W, for example, arrow.
W. Arrow.
Show children in some context, some movement, not just pictures.
U. S. Bus.
Bus. Spell the words.
Bus.
Spell the words. So the children can repeat. When they go back, they can repeat. And how about if after we teach the children the words, and most probably we can sing the song, we can teach the words, and we can also sing the song and dance in the classroom. Like for example, so let me show you how this works.
G-H-I-J. Sing means learn, go along with me. F-G-H-I-J. Learning's fun as you can see. F is for fan, G is for girl, H is for hat, I is for ink, and J is for jug. La, 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 la.
Let me stop here. Okay, so in each and every details, so most probably we can have some multimodal tools. So only when the teachers need them, But sometimes we can also introduce some of the toys. So let me show you the toys. So Alvin, can you see I'm sharing the screen now with the program? Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you maybe some toys. And we can start by showing children with some alphabet toys.
F.
Mm.
G. H. I. J.
And of course, teachers can also repeat by using your own toys in the classroom. Not necessarily you have to use a video or maybe a program for you to do in the classroom. Then go to the second step.
Select the letters H and F.
So select two letters. Then
Now, let us hide the letters.
you can play a game with the children. And ask the children which one is H, which one is F. So this is how some game can be performed in the classroom. And this is the first level. We introduce to the children A to the letters, the phonic sound, and how are we going to start with reading? If you want to start with reading at this early age, sometimes we can do it in a very simple way. For example, you can go to the teaching part, and this is a short story. Alvin, can you listen to the music now?
Not yet.
Let's get to know A.
It's okay right now.
About
Thank you very much.
and arrow.
Tell children a verbal story. But of course, teachers can do it yourself. But sometimes with the help of some software, it will be easier for teachers to repeat
One day,
it.
small A is playing under the tree.
Tell children with some very plain background.
Suddenly,
Very
Apple
plain
dropped
background.
over
Because the
the
focus is on the letters. The way how we design
Wants to
sometimes
tell her
matters.
mother about it.
So tell children a short story. And this
Then
is
she
arrow.
rushes back home. On the way to home, she sees an arrow plate. She lifts the plate and points to the apple direction.
So the apple, the A, small A, stand
We
just
found an apple tree with many
below
apples.
an apple tree.
Let's
Then
go
an apple
and take
drop.
them.
Then he brought the apple back and tell the parents
This way.
go back to where he found the apples, so that in fact they can bring a basket for them to collect more apples so that they can eat at home.
Let's collect them.
Okay, now, how about saying the letter sound? So simulate as if you are carrying out an action. For example, a apple, and maybe the song A for ant, A for apple. Alvin, can you listen to the music now?
Not yet.
A.
Can you?
Apple.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is how
Ant.
we complete. This is how we complete the first level. So first level, and you go to the next level. The next level, when the children they learn. So let me share the slide. The slide now. Let me share the slide now. When we talk about language learning, so most probably, we will talk about phonics, phonics reading, and I always repeat this for the past 20 over years. Why phonics? Today, in fact, our webinar is targeting at southern part of China, Hong Kong, and most of the children, in fact, they are in a very Chinese environment. So early childhood education, sometimes we need to look into how to give the children the right education in language. For example, Chinese and English is very different. Chinese, we are talking about the four tones, like the words over here, ma, 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 ma. And English, we are talking about the long and short vowel sound. Basically, they are two different language. But do they aware? Are they paying attention? Because some children, they learn Chinese, they are in the Chinese environment. But when they come to a different language, they remain the same way of learning style, which is not so good. Okay? Like for example, Chinese words. Chinese word is built on the word itself. The word itself, in fact, tell you the meaning. Like this girl, in fact, lean against the tree. So it's resting. When you try to have a person with a tree, the word, in fact, is constructed by two parts. Then the word itself tell you the meaning. Like the hand put close to the tree, that means you are plucking something. So the Chinese words, in fact, when you look at the side of the words, then you can roughly guess the meaning of the word. It has something to do with the eyes, the second one with the water, the third one with maybe is a kind of insect, and the last one most probably is something to do with sun, But English word is very different. Do you tell children? Do you inform them? Do you bring this into the classroom? Because they're going to stay with the language for the rest of their life. Some children, poorly to say that, in fact, they remain the Chinese style to learn English, and it is very critical. I will tell you some of the reason how bad it is going to be in a short while. So language, basically we have spoken and written language. English has 44 speech. So basically these are the sound. And English, the word itself tell you the sound. The word itself tell the sound, not the meaning. So the children, they must get to know all this, all the words, in fact, meaning. And second part, in fact, when we teach children, don't simply teach words. Don't simply do the translation. For example, you tell the children, sad children. So this is sad. It is not good. This is sad. this is sad. No, you need to bring the context, the environment. The mom is sad because the child is sick. So the mother is sad. Hurdle. Don't simply show pictures. But of course, you can't bring children to the real situation where, and maybe you need more. Can we do it in animation? Can we do a software to show it? And the sentence structures, the front and the back, the way how you structure the sentence are very different. Some, they use the Chinese way to speak English language, and this is always the case. And put aside English language, even within Chinese language itself, if you have different dialect, like for example, Cantonese and Mandarin, so they are different. And what about English language? Like in Cantonese, you are talking about 你受過我，你走先. But in Chinese, you are going to say 你比我瘦. It's too different. The way how you structure the words are very differently. And 你先走. And in Chinese, normally we will try to put the time in front, but in English language, time always come at the back, at the end. Like for example, I will go tomorrow. In Chinese, I'm going to tell 我明天去. So you wouldn't say I tomorrow go. I tomorrow go. So this is Chinese. And the same happened to she went to school. And in Chinese, they try to express what has already passed with another words, but not English language. And I ate pizza yesterday. The same time is always come at the later stage. But in Chinese, yesterday we put it in front. Put it in front. And another aspect of Chinese, in fact, there are many aspects. I just bring some examples. So basically, I would like to tell, in fact, to teach English language, you need to get children to read sentences and stories, not just words. Language come in reading, and reading come in multimodal situation. So let me give you some examples, okay? Let me give you some examples. So I'm going to show you how reading can be taken place at different stage. Can be different stage. Let me start with small children. Small children means those that they are at a very young age. They are at a very young age. So let me show you how could the software really help. I mean, can you see the website now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So, for example, I'm going to start with reading. Reading initially, verbal. Verbal means you listen to the story. Listen to the story. More verbal, spoken.
She lifts the plate and point to the apple direction.
Then in between, you have some pictures. You mentioned the vocab. Then you have the background sound. This is multimodal text. Background sound, when it drops, the sound of dropping, something drop, hitting on the ground. Okay, now let's proceed to the next stage. So when you reach the next level,
I am sat.
so
The fat
some animated picture is very important because they are children at the age of 4 to 5.
I am
Not to make it so complicated. Something very simple so that they can, understand
You are
the
that.
picture very carefully.
You are a rat.
Some simple animations, then some
Are you that?
illustrations,
Yes, I am.
but it do help to understand the sentence.
Are
It do
you
help
that?
to understand the sentence. So
Yes.
try to do it together with books, putting the books next to what the children learn. This is the second level. So putting the book next to what the children learn. For example, I'm Z. Can you read again, children? I'm Z. Then the software next to the the software next to the or in front of the classroom, and the children, they are looking at their own books. And this is how children can link reading with what the teachers teaches, at the moment. And as the children, in fact, is learning more and more, so they go to the, like Montessori, they mentioned, they try to split the reading into pink series, very simple, A, B, C, D, more verbal, introduce some simple words, and blue series means children will learn some simple sentence. They are can read some simple sentence, like I'm Z. Then later on, go to the gold series or the green series. The green series. So are you following the proper reading stages of how the child can progress from one level to another properly, systematically? Like the children, they start to learn. So I'm going to show you at this stage, when they are at green series, most probably the multimodal teaching aids can be planned very properly for them. So let me show you how this work. Okay, this is the page. So Alvin, I need your help again. Sorry. Can you see the let me put it in this way. Can you see my PowerPoint slide?
Are you showing the textbook parts of the body?
Yes, and next to it is a green screen. Can you?
Yes, correct.
Good. The children, in fact, they are reading some text. Like we see and hear with eyes and ears, we feel and eat with hands and mouth, and walk along the beach with our strong little feet. So reading by incorporating the phonic words, So most probably, let me show the children. Alvin, can you listen to the music now?
Not yet.
How about now?
Oh,
Can you?
we see and hear with eyes and ears.
Waiting, maybe a bit like. We can hear now.
We feel and eat with hands and mouth. And walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
Can you listen to the reading now? Okay, thank you very much.
Can.
Okay, let me explain. So I'm going to repeat. When we read,
Oh,
so the boy know the dog is following him. How? How does he know it? Because of the barking, because the dog bark, in other words. Okay? So multimodal.
we see and hear with eyes and ears.
Then let the children read at the same time. They can connect what they are reading with
We
sound
feel
meaning.
and eat with hands and mouth.
So why you feel before you eat or you drink? Because the cup may be very hot, it hurts your mouth.
And walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
Then come back to the question that we were asking just now. So let me show you the AI program. So and I would like to stress the point that, in fact, AI, it doesn't mean that, in fact, you need to use them all the time. It's only when the class, or because teachers, you know what you want. But sometimes we provide, this system can provide more choice or more choices when you really need them. For example, like the previous example, so we can always ask the children, maybe question 2. So let me start the question.
Ah, it is coffee.
Ah, it is coffee. Then the teacher asks.
All right, let's move on to the next question. The boy cannot see the drink. How does he know what it is?
So the boy cannot see the drinks. So how would he know what it is? Use your own voice to answer to the system. I'm doing the recording now. He might smell the drinks. Sometimes the words used is not appropriate. Then the system know, the AI system know, they will tell you, can you
Excellent.
can
You
you
got it right.
do it again?
Congratulations.
So let me record for another time. Because he want to see it.
Oh, let's try that one again.
Let's try it once again, because the system know that you are putting in the wrong sentence, the wrong answers. The wrong answer is given. So this is how AI can help us to release the burden of our teachers to some extent. And this system, in fact, sometimes the teachers can switch to some question automatically. For example, as you are teaching.
The fat cat.
So most probably, I want to have some practice. Then you click the practice. So this is the practice. So you can ask the children to learn. For example, I am a fat cat. So children, can you repeat and read? Then you click the recording part. I am a fat cat.
You are correct.
So the system know what you read. The system know what you read. And you can switch to the AI system. How the AI system work? The AI system study how many words you learn. Each time when you click AI system, they will base on solely on the words that you learn, then they generate a new set of reading material. So this is good because it follow according to sight word list. DOCLH sight word list, in fact, been developed since 1942 and used up to now. Sight word are those words, some of them are not phonics driven, means many words they cannot learn by using phonics sight word. And those words, in fact, altogether, the first stage, I think there are 200 over words, and is researched by some very famous researcher in the year 1942 up to now is still valid. So we try to incorporate those very professional way of analyzing some important words and put it in stages together with some phonic words and put it in some reading materials. So the teachers and the parents, sometimes after the children they have read. So you just use the AI system to generate more and let the children read. And the AI system will try to monitor to see how good, how many words your child has already gained, and what word they can read and which word they couldn't read it very properly. They help you to analyze. So these are the AI system help reading. A very special system, then you can simply switch back to the reading. Now, I'm going to the vocab. And sometimes you can even say the sound to the children. Or you can have some game to practice. Start the games. Then you just flip. This is a fat cat. Fat, yes. Then this is a hat. This is a hat, yes. This is a rat. This is a rat, yes. Okay. Then maybe I will go to some practices. So what is this? Learn the words. This is maths. Okay. Hand clapping sound. Then go to the question, second question. Then you go to the phonics. Then the card system will flip the words. Like this is you can pick any card you want.
Cat.
Another one. Another one.
Cat.
Then click how to say the sound properly. So most probably we can learn how. So we can have the question for the children. So listen to the question. At. So which one? Is it the one?
You are correct.
Then you can let the children listen and play. And then you go to the teaching part, the phonics. Sometimes you can use the how to say the sound, your mouth shape, how you change your mouth to say the sound. So they have a complete system for the parents, for the children, for the teachers to learn. Okay, so this is how, and for some other level, the reading part, you can even go to the practices. So you can switch between teaching and practices here, and then maybe you can form the sentence, listen.
And walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
You can always play.
And walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
And listen again.
And walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
Walk along. Listen again.
And walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
And walk along the. Maybe the children, they couldn't pick the voice very properly. So you can always repeat the reading.
And walk along the beach
And
with
walk
our strong
along
little
the
feet.
beach. This is wrongly spelled. And
walk along the beach with our strong little feet.
with our strong little feet.
You are correct.
Then go to the next sentence. So it's a very simple way for the teachers. So after you have taught some words, most probably you can ask the children to generate more reading. You can ask the children to generate more reading and read again. So can practice the question. Then most probably they can form sentence, they can read, and it's very systematically arranged according to the level. Okay, Alvin. So basically, this is a brief introduction, and I would like to share some of the additional ideas how teachers can use this in a classroom. How teachers can use this more properly in the classroom. So let me share some of the slides. So I hope this part helps. And most probably teachers can use it in the classroom when they are having a classroom with children. Sometimes it's very difficult for teachers to control the children in the classroom. As you know, sometimes you have many children in your classroom, and the convenience of accessing to your tools is very important. And if you go to the website again, then so you just click to know more. Then how do I find the software for the book page? Sometimes for the teachers, you can always use stickers or maybe some pre-printed ideas. So let me share the videos here. Alvin, can you look at the video now here? So I'm going to play the video. So let me show how this works. Can you see the whole video, Alvin?
I think you're playing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I use my own computers. Then
find the code and enter it into the on-screen box
you
to
can
access
use
the teaching
maybe a
aid.
code and put it in every pages or most of the pages. So when you teach the phonics, then the software, in fact, go to the top part of the software. And there's a column for you to enter the numbers. Then when you enter the numbers, in fact, you go straight to the software where it aligns well with your content on the book. So this is the point. Okay. So when you access to the program, sometimes, in fact, you can access directly to the software and you
You can
just
also
click
play the
page.
game to review what we just learned.
Okay, let me show you which part of the program where you can easily access to it. So let me show you how this works. So you just very simple. We change our website so that it's very convenient for teachers to use the website. Then even with your mobile device, then you just go to the teaching part. Then on top here, you just click and enter your numbers. Enter your numbers. So when you teach the children, sometime at the bottom of the page, you can also add yourself stickers for the teacher's copy, most probably. Then when you are in the classroom, then you just have a screen in front of you. Then you just enter the numbers. Then it shows you the part automatically. So this is how it works. This is how it works. So you just enter the numbers here, and then it will show you the program. It will show the program. So in short, in fact, for the early child education, so AI, in fact, help many other fields. Like, for example, our own programmers, our own designers, sometimes they need to create 3D model. Like most of the program, like especially at the Go level, the reading part, we have converted all into the 3D animated program. So if the designers, they know how to use the AI tools very properly. So they just put our program onto the website, or maybe the pictures that she is designing, because you need to look into the copyright as well. So Mels has his own cartoon design. So I just put my own cartoon in AI program. Then I can convert my mouse, my cat to a 3-dimensional mouses or cats. And this is in design, we are using AI. And how about in education? Education, I would say individualized learning, like what I've just mentioned. So firstly, in fact, teachers can start to use AI to let the children to practice reading some exercises and link it to the parents, and AI can help you to manage what you teach to what the children need to learn at home. Then the learning environment can be very holistically designed. Holistically designed in the sense of the teachers, the parents, everywhere, every parts of the learning in the kindergarten, in fact, we can all link to the same ideas. So Alvin, in fact, this is what I have for today.
Thank you, Dr. Ku, for sharing. We have a better understanding of the application of multimodal text and AI in preschool education. And we have some questions regarding our section. First of all is from an audience. She wants to know where can she find the software you have shown. I think you have already shown it is on our website www.mels.hk or at www.mels.my. So she wants to know, is it free to use the software?
Okay, so the the program now, in fact, you can purchase separately for school, but in fact, you try to maybe talk to us separately, not the session here. So most probably you can buy it in Apple Store or maybe in Google Play Store and with apps. And once you purchase, then in fact it will you can use it everywhere, with tablet, computers everywhere. And in fact, I would like to add another point here, because the software now allow us to create a lot of additional activities. So one of the activities, in fact, like like this one, riddles. Riddles means when we teach vocab, sometimes depend on the children that you are having. Some children are very clever. Maybe some, in fact, they already have a very good knowledge in language. Sometimes we can escalate to the next level, like the riddle here. So most probably we can ask the children to guess. Riddle with Nancy. So there are a lot of additional activities for children.
Hello, children. Can you make a guess? Listen. You wipe your feet on me by the door. I lie on the floor. And don't say much more. What am I?
Sometimes pick one. So you wipe your feet on me. You wipe your feet on me by the door. Okay, so these are some additional activities. So riddle is one of them, and maybe nursery rhymes.
So, children.
Some
Can you make a
interactive
guess?
activities.
Listen.
Some interactive activities. So these are some additional activities, but of course, it's not a must for the children. Sometimes you can add them onto your day-to-day lesson. Sometimes teachers might need to use them. Teachers might need to use them, and maybe sometime you can have your afternoon session or maybe additional activities with parentings. So this can be some additional activities. So to answer to your question, Alvin, in fact, they can contact us. Maybe later on you can show our contact, and you can go to Apple Store or maybe Google Store. So this basically we are targeting at maybe some parents, maybe some kindergartens, where it's time for us to look into another level of learning by integrating AI and multimodal for the teachers.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gu. Another question. One of the kindergarten, they're using computer for teaching. And for this software, can they use it directly or they need to download a software, something like that?
Okay, so in this can be used across the platform. Across the platform means if you have because today I do not have this kind of slide, but the last session I do have one to show you smartboard. And but of course you need to know what you want, like maybe for to answer to your question, in fact you do not need to download anything if you can access to the internet. So most probably you can use maybe a tablet. Some tablet are very big size nowadays. So maybe if your classroom is not small, so it's not big, so most probably a small screen like maybe 20-inch, 40-inch is good enough. If you have a very big classroom, sometimes TV linked to a computers, or maybe a laptop, a bigger size of laptop, or maybe a smart board. The advantage of having smart board is during the activities, you can invite more children to come to the front, smart board. And if you are using some other tools like TV, of course, it's not interactive. You cannot touch. You cannot touch. Smart board where you can touch, you can drag, and that will integrate more features and more multimodal interaction for the student. So in short, the answer to your question is you do not need to download anything, but you just simply need to sign up for that account. Then you can use a screen like a TV, a smart board, computers or a tablet unit, tablet computers in your classroom.
Okay. Before we end our session. If you would like to ask more information or have any questions, please feel free to send an email to us or send a WhatsApp message. I will share the screen and show the content. Here you go. You can see there's an email, info@mels.hk, or send a text message to our WhatsApp. Here is the WhatsApp number. You can take a picture or screenshot, then you know where to contact us. Once again, thank you everyone for joining our webinar today, and also thank you, Dr. Tu, for sharing. We regularly host webinars and teachers training sections. To stay tuned on our future activities, please follow our Facebook page, MELS eLearn Center, or visit our website www.mels.hk or www.mels.my. And we look forward to seeing you at our next event. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank
See
you,
you,
everyone.
everyone.